If you're not going to live out your life the way the Bible tells us to, then what you become is a hypocrite. What I chose to do instead of trying to find faith is find something to numb it. Drugs are a big thing in a lot of people's lives. It's rampant. For me, it just took one time. I took pills one time, painkillers, and I was hooked. And I hid it from her because I knew inherently those things are wrong. In a drug addict's mind, this is how crazy it gets. I told myself I was doing it for her. I figured she doesn't want to see me go through withdrawals. I'm a terrible person when that's happening, but when I'm taking pills, I'm nice to her. I can justify this addiction. I'm doing it for her. When you decide that it's justified, you kind of lose all control. As soon as you justify your addiction, you lose control. Then it just went way off the deep end, spending all kinds of money. And then I started getting arrested, and that's not fun. But she did something eventually that would change my life forever. She left me in jail. You're not safe for your daughter. You're not safe for our home. And I'm not letting you come back. So even if you get out of jail, you're not coming home. And I was broken. I was clean enough to know that I was dead right there in my sin. I gave her, like she said, manipulation. I gave her anger. I gave her guilt trips. I gave her everything, and she stood her ground. And I'll never be more thankful for that moment when everything was gone, because it's at that moment that Jesus found me. The director of San Diego Teen Challenge, he comes into the interview and says, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." He said, "Okay, Hector, let him in." He didn't ask any other questions. That's all he wanted to know. Was I ready? The truth of it is I was. I knew I needed help. And I broke down and cried an honest cry for the first time in years. And I asked God to take control of my life. From that moment on, our God is a God of restoration. He believes in reconciliation, and he works very hard to make sure that happens. It takes pure obedience. Even when you think you're right, obeying anyway. I turn around and I give other people the hope that I had lost. Back when I was broken in jail and I had nothing. I had no hope. I was broken and there was nothing for me except despair and darkness. That's all I had. But now I have hope, and there's reconciliation, there's love, and I'm leading a life that I am proud of. One that I can look back and say, I did my best, and I did it because Christ was with me, and I got my wife back. And she gets the husband she deserves. My daughter gets the father she deserves. I get to be the man everybody knew I could be if I would just submit.